Hi friends, this is Sarah from Crafting and Relaxing, and today I'm sharing more days of my December daily journal. This is the 13th through the 17th, and I'm starting out by showing you how I finished up the tags that I had set aside at the end of the last video. And these were packaging for pants, a notebook, and a few other things, and then one that I had started something on and it had gone badly. So I'm just using my gel matte medium to put the layers together and cover up the actual packaging. But I liked, they were sturdy, they were cute little sizes. I mean, they were the kind of thing I would buy if they were white or cream colored, so I used them. Here I put gel medium over that tan paper. That's from a 1940s scrapbook, so I thought it might struggle a little right there on the edge by the ribbon, might not be sturdy. Then I just stamped some snowflakes on the back, and I just grab a piece of scratch paper, whatever it is. I think that's a list of to-do items that I spilled some coffee on so that I can stamp off the edge. I didn't stay in frame very well on this one, but I'm trimming the paper, and I actually want the light side to show so that I can write on it. It has a blue dye on it, so it's not a true white. So I just layered that in there. Then I'm going to do the other side. And again, I'm zoomed in a little much for you. Sorry about that. But you could do this with any packaging. So when you receive gifts during the holidays, or when you're giving gifts, or I don't know, maybe you just get some new slippers, watch your tags and packaging, because there's a lot of recycling options there. Sometimes you just need a thick layer for something, even if you don't love the shape. Then I did the other side. I completely covered up the holes. I had no idea where they were at this point because I used thick paper on the inside and 2 layers of paper on the outside. I gave it about a half a second's thought and said, who cares? I'll just repunch a hole. Now I can put the string that it came with back in it. I'm not too worried about adding a bunch of layers to my strings. I know some people do and they're really cute and I like them. I don't know, I don't really do it. I missed a section, so I grabbed a little bit more of the gel medium and filled it in. Then I put a big thick ribbon on the big tag, and then I'm just going to set them out so you can see them. This one, the white paper was already embossed. The tag itself had beautiful embossing, so I just covered up the brand and I don't know when it was established or something, and let the white from the original tag show because it was really nice. Then we move into my journal, and I wasn't feeling great, so I did this in little batches. So I came in, and I must not have turned on the camera when I glued the butterfly down, so you missed that part, but that's all you've missed. Then I'm fiddling with the 14s, and I bring in like 3 different things to try and figure out to layer it with, but I want it to have some balance and not be so bold because those are sort of like soft springy colors. I just really like that envelope. I got that from Melody Made It. Then I used the blue just to tone it down and help the numbers pop a little, and layered them right on top. And it's mirror cardstock, so it's a little trickier to glue. Give it another half a second to stick because it's not as absorbent as other papers. And then it was a little boring, so I tried to bring in my white pen, which is completely dried out, and I only think of it when I go to use it. And then I grabbed my silver. At the end, when I have made it through all the days, you'll see that I'll grab all the little stars off the counter. I'll have more details from my pens. In fact, I did some pen work on this page right here later this evening. That's something that I do as I clean up, as I find the tiny things that settle down, or just sitting and watching TV. Last year in my December daily, I was traveling and I had a couple of pens and some ephemera and glue, and I would do that in the mornings while I drank my coffee, and it was really fun. But I had all my pages numbered already, I think, so there was a little less work. This is a piece of wood that my friend Andrea colored for me with my paint touch-up pen for my car. I gave her, when I got rid of the car, I gave her the touch-up pen because she's the mixed media person, and I thought, what the heck? And she colored this wood thing, and she said it was not easy to do. It didn't stick very well, but I really love it, so I decided to use it on this page. Then I'm just experimenting, but I think if I anchor it next to that washi tape, It's going to look really nice there. And then I'm playing around with the tags that I have to use to see which one I like. And I really like that one on that page. I got out my Beacons 3-in-1. That tag was thick, and then I layered on it. That's my fancy glue holding device. It is a spice jar. Do some decluttering if you don't have one handy. I'm sure there's something in your spice cabinet that you should toss out. Those are great for holding glue bottles because they don't tip over like a thin plastic one would, and it's free. Beacons is sturdy. I don't know if Art Glitter Glue or Barely Art would have glued this wood piece onto this page, but I know that Beacons, it's a one-shot deal, and I'm done, and I don't have to worry about it. And it is pretty much already stuck at this point. Beacons is kind of like rubber cement. It's a little thicker. It stinks. I don't use it for everything because it's stinky. Then I was looking at that page and thought, I don't want just a little corner tuck. I want something really cute for that tag, and it's thick. So I went into my purchased tags and pockets, and I didn't find one that I liked. And in fact, it was so thick that one didn't even fit. So then I got out a ton of papers. What I did was I went through my partials, I went through my brand new winter ones, and I just picked out some favorites that I wanted to use. And this piece of paper was from Ciao Bella Paper Crafting, Time for Home. And I just thought it was adorable. And Ciao Bella is made and printed in Italy. I think I only have one of their paper pads. I haven't used it yet, so I just opened it up and pillaged out this one. And I stitched it on the sewing machine, which is off to the side, so you can't see that. And I just made sure, sort of by holding the tag in there part of the time, that it would fit. I had gold in my machine, but my gold thread breaks all the time. So then I swapped it out for blue, which makes more sense for this journal anyway. I used the double-sided adhesive just because that was such a big, heavy item. And for the amount of glue, I would have had to wait. And I'm tired. I haven't been feeling great, so I didn't want to wait for the wet glue. There are shortcuts for sure. I like this page with the gel print. I don't love that big empty white spot in the middle of it. Then I had this piece, I think Andrea might have made this for me. I don't even know what it is. It's a super thick piece of paper with paste on it and then sprays on it, and then I sprayed it with more blue spray. It is very, very thick. And I decided to use it as a tuck on that page because it has some sparkle. It has the colors of the page. I thought it was fun. But it's so thick that I knew that it would fight me. So I got liquid glue and the little clamps out. Those clamps I got in Happy Mail from my friend Tony. I talked about those in updates. Then, look, I glued that stuff to the front of my book, and I got lucky that it came off. If it hadn't, well, there would be some strategically placed washi or sticker there. Then I just put those little clamps on because that thing is so thick, it's not totally flat. I had to get it to stick, and I thought, well, those will work perfect. Then I'm trying to remember my page numbers at this point, my dates, because I've gotten off track a little. And I decided I love that tag in that big white spot. It was great. And this vellum page was a little too formal, so I tore the edge. It lets the foiling behind it peek out, and it wasn't as structured that way. Okay, I journaled on the back of that, let that sit. Now we're good to go again. I love this page with the bird. That was from a napkin that Pam sent me, I think, and I tea-dyed it, and I love it. And then I used the gel medium to put it down on there. Then I decide I'm going to use some of this leftover foiling. So that blue piece of paper with the silver on it, my friend Noni did those for me, and then she gave me her trash, essentially, her leftover foiling, and I like to use it in junk journals. I used some in my July daily. You can put a strip of double-sided adhesive and put it down. So I decide to use sticky specs. And pay attention here because I'm going to mess up, and I left this in because it was kind of funny. So sticky specs, I put the top side down. That's what I want because at this point, I'm not using it to attach it to the page. I'm using it to adhere the foil to it. Okay, then I have to get it off of there. And sticky specks are a brand new product for me that I talked about in updates yesterday. So you can see it's covered in glue. Now, when I put the foiling down, and I'm very meticulous on it, and I rub it, and I'm very, very careful, and then I go to peel it, I put it on upside down, you guys. The shiny side should be showing to me. I can see the back. So it didn't stick, which is great, and because it wouldn't have looked good anyway. So then I grab another star. No problem. We'll get another star. We're learning to use sticky specks, aren't we? Peel it off. And then I put it on the other side. Oh, there we go. And then I'm burnishing it down. Then I get confused and work on the other one for a minute. Okay, now I'm back on track. And this die has like a beveled edge on it. So that's why I went around the very edge. And now I'm peeling it off. And it's coming off pretty well. And I love how it looks. Love it. It's a little bit sticky though. It pulled up more than I thought. Like I thought the blue parts would be totally sticky, but they're not. It's just little bits here and there. Either way, I was going to apply glitter and I thought it would stick all over, but it just cleans up the sticky parts. Then I touched it and it wasn't sticky at all. And it's a little more sparkly in person. That glitter actually didn't pick up that well. And I used a piece of paper that I am planning to put in a future junk journal so that if glitter sticks to it, that's great. Okay, then I thought maybe I wanted to use it on that page and it was too big. It wasn't good. I didn't like it. And then I decided I was going to use it over here and put my 17 on the left. And you'll see what I do. There just wasn't room to put it on the actual page where I'm going to put journaling. And since I have extra pages in this, I can do whatever I want, right? So I put it right there and I just used wet glue on the back of it. I just must have clipped that part out on accident. So I have it facing the paper that it actually goes with. So that's fun too. I like how these are turning out. And then I realized I didn't number this one. It doesn't say 16 anywhere on the page. It does say it on the tag on the back. I usually write it on the tags just in case, I could drop my whole book on the floor and they'd all fall out. Then I took the 16 and I put it over the paper had a little bit of red on it and I put it over the red and left the blue showing. So now we have 14, 15, 16, and 17 all done. And I'm going to take it and journal in it. And then I'll be back next week to share more with you. Thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye.